Hey there, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple driven by intentional living and adventure.
Burned out from the 24/7 grind of running our business, we traded the hustle and the bustle for something more meaningful.
We parted ways with most of our belongings and moved to the coast.
Listen along as we chat about life's challenges, share inspiring stories of those who have taken big leaps to live a life outside of the norm,
and help you live with more intention and less physical and mental clutter.
Each episode is a step toward doing and being just a little bit better for ourselves and the world around us.
Life's an adventure after all. Join us for the ride.
It's the Arner Adventures podcast.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are back for episode 202 of the Arner Adventures podcast. I don't know if you're listening to this on the day that it drops like it's hot.
Mm-hmm. Or on a day like it's
damp
on the floor.
However you are listening to this, we are talking about unlearning hustle culture, but hey, one Sunday at a time, because we do so with our Sundays. Mm-hmm. And you can do so if your Sunday maybe is a Monday, whatever your schedule is. We're talking about Sundays, but really what we mean here is sort of unlearning hustle culture, but doing it with an intentional day or like a reset time frame. So if we mention Sunday, that's just what works for us, but you can use it however you want. But, you know, it's one of those episodes that we like to share, something that has improved our lives. And we hope that by sharing it, it helps to improve yours.
That's right. And in this case, I think Sunday is sort of a state of mind. Like we said, it doesn't have to be Sunday, but it's your reset day. And like we like to do a lot of things, it can be about taking it in baby steps and building upon it till you have a routine. We used to think we weren't cruise people.
Until Virgin Voyages came along.
Exactly. It's adults only, sustainably minded, and the food? Let's just say it ruined us for every other ship.
No kids, no crowds, no cheesy formal nights. It's travel that feels elevated and relaxed, but it's the vibe you want.
Whether you're exploring the Caribbean, the Med, or somewhere new, Virgin Voyages just gets it right.
You can grab our savings access key at arneradventures.com/virgin-voyages and start planning your next getaway.
Trust us, it's not your typical cruise. It's a voyage. We used to treat Sundays like a warm-up lap for the weekday. Laundry, inbox checks, meal prep, to-do lists.
Yeah, it was like Sunday scaries for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt productive, but underneath it all was anxiety disguised as ambition. Somewhere along the way, rest became something we had to earn.
Yeah, it felt like, oh, we have to really work really hard to be able to earn a day to rest, or even an hour to rest. And so, you know, we all of us are living in this society where it's a hustle culture. It's like you're rewarded for being as busy as possible. And something that we've talked about before is how we try to get busy out of our vocabulary. So when someone says, "How are you doing?" or "How have you been?" it seems like we all just say, "Oh, busy. I've just been so busy." Mm-hmm. And it's because life feels that way now. I mean, the news cycle is that way. Deadlines feel that way. Everyone wants something done right now. And not only with our lifestyle change of coming to an area where things are literally island time, we've had to really unlearn all of that hustle culture. So leaving it behind didn't happen overnight. It's still something that I know I struggle with. You know, I make jokes when people ask about, you know, moving here to the coast or to an area that is slower and doesn't have that hustle culture first in their mindset, which is really great. I joke that, yeah, it's really great until you want something done quickly. You know, if you need an electrician or a plumber, you're just not getting it quickly here. And it's almost a mindset that can be really great for the most part. But it is something that we're still unlearning, that hustle culture mindset. And so it really starts with small choices that feel almost rebellious a little bit. It's like letting the laundry wait until Monday, or making breakfast slow enough to actually taste it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. So over time, those moments turned into something bigger. It's a quiet kind of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been something that has really been great for us to unlearn that hustle culture because we were deep in it.
Oh, definitely. I think like a lot of people get, and people wear busy like a badge of honor, and I think sometimes at their own peril.
Yeah.
Um, what it looked like for us, you ask? Well, before our adventure, success was measured by how much we could cram into one day. Productivity was our identity. If we weren't working, we felt guilty. It's strange how easily that mindset becomes normal until you finally question it.
Yeah. We didn't realize how much noise we've been living in until we really just chose silence instead. It's like the first Sunday we did nothing felt really uncomfortable, even wrong. Jerry and I really, I think, still struggle with that a little bit. It's like
Mhm.
that discomfort really is the start of unlearning. It's interesting how much we have conditioned ourselves to feel like we have to do something. You know, Jerry and I just recently went to Sunset Beach, North Carolina, which is a very, especially off season, quiet beach area. And we were at the Sunset Inn, and the Sunset Inn really allowed us to unplug and to decompress in a way that we really couldn't have done at home. Because the thing that has become a little bit difficult for us is really having a reset where you don't feel like you need to get up and do something. Like we're going to talk about how we do that here with our resets, but having a few days of a reset was really what we needed. And in that sense, we could only do it by getting in an environment where we didn't feel the pressure.
Yeah, that's right. So, how Sundays became our reset, you ask? Well, now Sundays are sacred in a way, and it can be Monday sometimes for us too. Now Sundays are sacred in a way that has nothing to do with productivity. We had to steer away from our productivity mindset. We call them our slow living lab. It's when we experiment with doing less and noticing more.
Sometimes that looks like sipping coffee on the porch, taking a walk with Rue and B, or reading, something that's not work related.
Hmm.
It's just, time. Other times it can be sitting in total stillness. I've said a lot lately, let's just sit here,
Yeah,
you know, no podcasts, no emails, no catch up, just space. It can be actual bed rotting,
yeah.
no guilt associated with it. Oh man, we love a bed rotting day.
That's true. It can be sipping vodka in the attic. It can be whatever. Well, I kid.
That
I
might
don't.
be a problem.
Yeah, it would probably be a problem. And I'm not. I don't drink vodka.
I don't either, and we
Yeah.
don't have an attic.
The world doesn't stop because we take a day to breathe. It feels more manageable when we do.
Yeah. So let's talk about the guilt. That is what we all sort of deal with, right? The guilt that comes with slowing down. So unlearning hustle culture isn't as simple as just blocking off your calendar, right? I mean, that guilt sneaks in quietly. It tells you you're falling behind. It tells you you should be doing more. Oh, if you have this downtime, think of all the things you could be doing to be productive.
Hmm. What we've learned is that guilt is just the echo of old conditioning. I like the way that's phrased. I like the way I phrased that, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Once you see it for what it is, it starts to lose its power.
It does. So replacing that guilt that you feel with gratitude is something that Jerry and I try to do. So instead of going, oh my God, I've got this laundry list of things I really need to do, and while I have this downtime, I should be doing it, you can replace that and say, you know what, I am so thankful for this time, for this rest, for just stillness, because it is what I need. I need this to be a more productive self when I have that time frame that I have designated to be productive. Having that ability to replace that inner dialogue has probably been the most radical shift of all.
Yeah, so how to start unlearning hustle culture? That's the next step. If you're trying to step back from constant busyness, start small. Schedule rest like it's an appointment. Man, I love that one. Protect it the same way you protect your work hours. That's a good one. Redefine success. Ask yourself what peace looks like, not just what progress looks
And
like.
we did a podcast about redefining success, and it's linked in the show notes. That is a huge one. You know, so many people define success off of something the society has told them should be success. It could be rising the ranks into the C-suite of your corporation, or hitting, six figures your first year of whatever. What does peace look like to you? And that is success. What is it like? I've talked about, for me, it's contentment. Success for me is being content. And because that matters so much more than, hitting some promotion. Like, I just really want contentment and peace. And to me, that is success. So I just wanted to stop on that one, because you really have to redefine success to start unlearning this hustle culture we have in our minds.
Yeah, I think we can learn a lot from our pets too. We have two small dogs in the house, and we have a gang of adopted feral cats that are out back, and boy, they know how to be content. That group. Now, yeah, sure, they don't have to earn a living, but we can observe their example of they're a happy, content gang.
Yeah.
And they know what's important, I think. Let things be unfinished. Some of the best parts of life exist in the space in between. Oh, I love that. In between done and undone.
I learned from Jenna Kutcher, done is better than perfect. And so, yes, you can leave things undone, but I also think that on this one, let things be imperfect. Sometimes it doesn't have to be about, folding the laundry the Marie Kondo way. It can be folding the laundry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it done. And I think a lot of us can stop on let things be unfinished and let them be imperfect,
Yeah, that relates to a book I've been reading by one of the most prolific songwriters of these days, Jeff Tweedy, who heads the band Wilco, just put out a 30-song solo album, and it's actually good all the way through. And his whole thing is no work of art is ever done. It's just you have to set a time limit on when you want to stop working on it. And that kind of fits into this. Yeah, it's and this guy is a worker and a songwriter like nobody else. And but he realizes they're never done, so he moves on to the next thing and he puts it out like it is. Create boundaries with your phone and inbox. The world will keep spinning while you recharge.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I've implemented in my life is the do not disturb. I choose when I'm going to look at my phone. I choose when I'm going to see notifications. I choose when I am going to look at my texts. Sometimes it's a day later. And nothing has happened in the past, year that I've done that. Nothing has happened that has made my life alter off of its axis, by missing a text or phone call. It's been okay. So create those boundaries. If it's your email, make it where you don't respond to emails immediately. I do not live my life that way. And I have also trained the people in my life to understand I am not going to respond to a text, a phone call, or an email right then. I used to be commended on how quickly I responded to people, but it was burning me out. So I've created those boundaries. So whatever it is for you to unlearn that feeds that hustle culture, do that for yourself. The more you practice doing less, the easier it becomes to notice how much you were missing when you were always doing more. It's like busy, busy, busy. You don't even stop to look at the life around you that's happening.
That's well put. I like that. The real win, unlearning hustle culture, isn't about quitting work or losing ambition. It's about remembering why you're working in the first place. It's about creating space for your life to exist outside of productivity. Our Sundays are a reminder that rest is not wasted time. It's a return to ourselves.
It's something that is necessary. It's something that we schedule. And again, whether it's a Sunday for you, whether, you work a schedule where Wednesdays are your day, whatever it is, I know a lot of people that have like one day off a week and they use that as their day to catch up around the house. They do that to run their errands. But with that being said, you really do need to schedule, even if you can do half day to catch up and half day for your reset and your rest, you really have to pencil it into your schedule because it's super important for your health and your wellness.
So drop your Sunday on the floor like it's damp and relax. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.